I'll pitch you a question. I remember asking you when I first started assisting you, and it still baffles me because I never know the answer, and I've asked many people, and no one, there's no right or wrong answer. But when are you done? When do you get a sound, and you say, this is great, move on? I remember, I mean, there's some famous Jim Scott quotes about things like that from when we worked together. But if you had to tell someone, like, when you're tweaking on this sound, there are people who tweak on a kick and snare sound in a mix days, in a tracking session weeks. I mean, that's entirely too long. Yeah. Well, there's certain people who shall remain unnamed who do. But how do you know when you have a sound that you're happy with?
Well, it just sort of comes with experience. I'm lucky enough now to use familiar equipment, my familiar console, familiar speakers, familiar room. I've been here 8 years. Before I was at cello for almost 10 years before that. And all those rooms are great. When you know that the speakers are true, and you know through your experience that the sound is good, you just trust yourself and stop. And it might take 10 seconds, it might take 5 minutes, or it might be like, that's just not a good sound. I've tried my 3 tricks on this, and it's not happening for me. Can we please try another drum, or another amp, or another bass, or whatever it is, whatever you're struggling with. My experience is that if it doesn't sound good quickly, put it away and find something else that sounds good quickly. And as soon as it sounds good, and you know it's good, you're getting paid to know that it's good. Just trust it, and now concentrate on the music. Right. You don't have to have the speakers on stun all day long to know that your kick and snare are the best kick and snare ever recorded. You can't do that. You've got to trust somebody. You've got to just trust yourself. And when you're right, you're right. Stopping is the most satisfying thing of all. Like when you hear it, it's like, okay, next.
Yeah.
Good. Next problem. Let's solve that. So that's all I can say. It wasn't always easy. The first 10 years when I was learning how to listen and learning how to mix, it was painful because you don't know any tricks. You don't have any moves. You don't have enough experience to know when it's good or if it's bad. And then after that, it slowly evolves into like, for this music, that's really good. I'm backing it. I could defend that. We can discuss that. And
you sort of know at that stage where to go before it even happens. You know, all right, this is the situation, this is the type of song, that's the kick drum, or that's the bass that's going to probably with 90% certainty work in this situation. Yeah, and some of that comes with having repeat customers. Yeah. Or repeat session guys that if you're fortunate enough to be able to hire session guys who make your life easy. But that's how I know. Like when I know, and I trust it, and I just move on and get onto the music. Let's get it off of me and get it onto them. Like, let's hear a groove. As soon as we hear a groove, I guarantee you everything's going to lock in, and the drums and the bass and everything's going to piano. It's all going to sound great as soon as we play a groove.